Hi, I am here with Sarah today, this morning, and I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada for a conference on basically social media and videos and things like that. And so I thought how perfect to end my trip by meeting up with Sarah and videoing her, an interview with her. And so anyway, without further ado, let me go ahead and just ask her a couple of questions. Thank you, first of all, for meeting up with me. I'm so glad that I finally get to meet you.
Me too. It's been so long.
Yeah, we've known each other for,
gosh, like probably
years.
3 years that
Since
we've been
I opened.
messaging.
Yeah, so we message here and there. But anyway, let me go ahead and get to the questions. So my first question to you is, why do you journal? What motivates you to journal?
I think, so for a long time I've been obsessed with notebooks, as I'm sure most of you have been throughout childhood and just growing up, just always needing paper, something to write on paper. So what motivates me is, I think, keeping the memories. I don't have a very good memory in general, so when I write it down, I don't have to have the burden of trying to think, oh, what happened last year at this time? What was I doing? What was going on in my life? So now that it's written down, it's forever there, and I don't have to worry about making sure my memory is good enough. The paper is my memory for me.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you journal on a regular basis?
Not every day lately. I haven't been every day, but at least 2 or 3 times a week I'll get and do my watercolors.
She's also a newlywed.
Yes. Yes, so lately I've been trying to journal about the wedding and the process of the wedding, but yeah, so I'll do my watercolors and then I'll probably go back and write on top of them or doodle on them. And that's like my process. I don't know. I just like a lot of watercolor backgrounds in my journals. I don't know what else.
So when did you start journaling?
Gosh, I started journaling probably in middle school, but it was just, just sort of like ramblings. Oh, I have a crush on so-and-so, just silly stuff like that.
I have those.
Yeah.
When I was 15.
Yeah, like, it never actually happened. I would always, it was just in my mind. Nothing ever actually happened, but, just talking about my friends or what we did at school that day. And then I got more into the planning aspect, and I think planning is interesting because not only does it keep you organized, but it's also a memory keeper as well, because you can see, appointments, what was going on that day, what you did. So that was another form of my journaling really in college, was planning, more so than just writing, long journal pages. Yeah, and then more recently, I started getting into the more of, writing out what's going on in my life instead of planning, because I don't have much to plan anymore. My life's kind of boring at the moment, but
it's not boring.
But yeah,
you don't have to remember your schedule. You have a set schedule.
Yeah, I have
so you're
my
not really needing to.
Every day is pretty much the same now after college. So in college it was so crazy. I had to have everything written down, where to be at what time. But now I'm just working from home, so not much to remember there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's great. So let me ask you, what size journals do you have?
Okay, so I have a field note size, which was made, Rowena made it slightly wider so I could fit my Hobonichi Techo. So I put my Hobonichi Techo in there, and that was sort of like my planner and a little bit of journaling, just more like art journaling in there. And I like that size because it's easy to carry around. But then I went up into the B6 Slim, and that was my favorite size for a long time. I love the B6 Slim. And I use that now for my journal, my actual just like journal, my watercoloring and ramblings in there. And I love the B6 Slim size because it fits in my purse very perfectly. And then right now is what I'm using it for my everyday carry, just like brain dump type commonplace book, is the Field Notes large size.
And it fits in the B6 Slim.
Yes, it does.
And it's not a folio, is it?
Yes, I have. Yeah, it's a folio.
Oh, it is
my
a folio?
Roadrunner folio is my Field Notes large.
Is it a Field Notes large or a B6 Slim?
Field Notes large. I have the B6 Slim for my Minami papers.
Oh, so you put it in there, but the journal itself is for the Field Notes large, right?
No. You want me to grab it?
Sure.
I'll grab it.
She's so cute, isn't she?
Okay, this one is my Field Notes Large Folio.
Okay.
Then the Roadrunner leather. So I just have, based off of her video that she did on the Commonplace books, I kind of copied that. So I just have my first insert. Planning is kind of more like a brain dump because I don't have much to plan anymore, but I just write down, I'm a pet sitter, so I write down like my new pet sitting jobs and everything. And I use it for notes, grocery lists and everything. I just carry this around everywhere, go to the grocery store. And I also have like a dream journal where I wake up in the morning and if I remember my dream, I copy it down.
That's so cool.
And then I work from home as an online English teacher to kids in China. And so I just had a little work insert in here, which I haven't been using as much as I thought I would. But I would just write about our lessons that day that we went through. And then my B6 Slim is with my Stag leather, very beautiful. And this is where I use my Nanami papers just for journaling, watercolors, and writing down what's going on.
So that one is more like a commonplace book, and
yes.
then this one is your journaling.
This one is my journal, the B6 Slim, and then the Commonplace is the Field Notes Large.
Cool.
Yeah, these are what I use right now.
Okay, so my other question is, why Sojourner?
Okay, Sojourner, first of all, I love supporting...
I didn't prompt the question. I mean, I did not prompt the answer to this, just so you guys know. So I don't know what she's going to say. Okay.
Well,
good.
A big reason why I started supporting Sojourner is because Rowena is such a lovely woman, and I just love that. I just love you. I've been following you for.
So nice.
I get a little emotional.
She's so sweet. That's so sweet.
Yeah, so I started, following her on Instagram, and I just think she's a wonderful lady, and she does so much good with her missions, and you support missions with your funds that you receive. And I'm Jewish. Relief. Yeah, I'm Jewish, but I still support her, her missions with purchasing her notebooks, and her notebooks are the best. Like, I've tried other brands, but really these are my favorite. I love the leathers and the colors and the feel of them. I feel like yours are the most, I don't know what the word is, handcrafted, not handcrafted, but they're made very well. I guess I'll just say it like that. Okay. They are sturdy, and I love them. I love the leathers. They get all, scratched and, what's the word, patinaed, is that the word? Yeah.
When they get a little bit darker.
Yeah, they get darker, and I had this like all throughout college, at least my last 2 years, and it went with me everywhere, and it still holds up like beautifully. I just love it.
And it's actually, she told me how much she used it, and it really actually looks nice.
Yeah, it had a lot of scratches from like paper. I had like a big paper clip on the front, so right here.
But I wouldn't have thought that you used it that much.
I used it every day, 6-7 times a day out of my backpack, in and out.
Well, thank you so much for supporting Sojourner and the missions, and I don't know if you know this, but we also support disaster relief.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and other things like for cancer. In fact, I'm hoping to do a video about this one company that we support that gives towards cancer patients and their families.
That's
and
amazing.
It's a really, really neat organization, and we've been giving to them for the past, I think, 2 years now.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping to interview them. But yeah, right now I know that there's Samaritan's Purse will be, they probably already are there and deployed over in the Carolinas because of that disaster.
Hurricane.
And so when I get back to the studio, I'm probably gonna send some funds over there to help. So I'm very thankful for people like you, honestly, because I am able to give towards these things because of people like you that support the ministry.
Yes.
And I think it doesn't matter our beliefs, our spiritual beliefs, or any of that. It's people.
It's all going to a good cause.
And it's people, and that's what when people need help. It goes towards that type of stuff. So it's just really an overall neat thing, and I am I truly am very blessed to be able to do that. And Sojourner has provided that. So thank you so much. I'm so glad that you...
Yes, that's a big reason why I started buying your notebooks.
Oh, that's very cool. So anyway, anything else you want to add?
I don't know.
Any maybe any advice for new journalers or anything?
Yes, I guess so. The first page of a journal is always very daunting. You know, in your mind you want this perfect Instagram-worthy journal page, and the first page is always the hardest for me. So I think just start out with a quote, maybe a little doodle. Don't take it too seriously. Just have fun with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's good, because a lot of times it's true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it
still happens to me. Getting nervous.
Start a new book.
Brand new. You want it to be perfect.
And you know, she commented so many times that she wished that her writing is beautiful. And I've said this many times, it doesn't really matter what you think of your writing. Mm-hmm. The written word on pages just really warms my heart when I see it. Honestly, even if I can't read the writing, like older journals and such, I've seen old journals, mm-hmm. and the way they did cursive back then, it's hard to understand. Mm-hmm. It really is. But I've always loved that, because it's just knowing that a person sat there and just imagining what that person may have been feeling at that time, and how they felt getting that out on paper.
And the fact that they took the time to sit and write out their days. Yeah, it's really neat to me too.
And then we could know later on in the future generations, if we could read their writing, so decipher it.
Hopefully.
That, you know, history. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's awesome. I love how you told me that you're just starting to write your everyday life, and even though there's really not a whole lot going on, there
boring.
Is, because it's your life.
True.
And just talking about the things you're talking about, just think of the kids, your kids in the future, that will have no idea what you're about at your younger age, and then they read back on those journals and go, oh my gosh, I went through the same type of thing. I guess my mom is not so out of it, or whatever.
Out of touch.
Right? You know?
Right.
So it's just a really overall cool thing. So just encourage you to get started.
Yes, just start writing.
Yeah.
Any words that come to your mind, just write it down.
And you know, another thing I was thinking, she loves books, and one of the things you could do is just, even if you don't have any idea what to write, write one of your favorite books out. Write quotes from the book. Yeah, copy a portion of it, and I bet you in no time you'll start thinking of things to write about yourself, about whatever. You could write about what's going on in the world.
Yeah, how it connects.
Exactly.
That's a great idea. Thank you.
So that would be so cool.
Yes, I will. I'll start doing that.
So anyway, thank you so much for meeting up with me. Really, it really was a blessing.
Oh.
I'm so glad.
I'm so glad that we finally met.
Yeah.
It's really weird to see her in person, because I've always seen her on my phone screen, you know, Periscope and all of that. So it was like, when I saw her, I was like, whoa, that feels weird. She's in real life.
She's probably going, oh, she looks better on screen.
No,
on a small screen.
You look just as beautiful as ever.
Well, thank you. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out. And as usual, keep on documenting life as it happens. Until the next interview, bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, I am here today in Las Vegas with Sarah.
Hello.
And you see, I make mistakes all the time. So let me ask you, what type of... Okay, so let me ask...
An outtake part.
Okay.
Let's excuse me.